Hey, this is Jenna Whitley, and I'll be showing you how to make Edward's body from the Twilight Edward and Bella crochet pattern. And as you can see, I've got the finished body here without the stuffing. I've got the dark blue is forming the neck and a V-neck in the front of an undershirt, and the gray is forming the jacket. So there's some color switching going on in the first few rows. And then the black forms the pants. And I've done a whip stitch in contrasting color so you can see how I formed the crotch. And then I crochet the two legs separately. I use double crochet to form the toes of the shoes, and then I use decreases to close up the holes. So I'm going to be showing you with a bigger hook today, so you can see the stitches a little more closely on the camera. The first instruction is to start out with a chaining 2 in dark blue yarn. So I've got my 12 chains already made here. The next instruction is to slip stitch into the first chain space to form the loop. So I'm going to fold this back, put my hook in the first chain, and I'm going to grab the working yarn and I'm going to slip stitch by yarning over, pulling it through both loops. And now I've got a loop that's going to form the neck. Now the next instruction is to single crochet in 12 chains around. So I'm going to do that by putting my hook in just the top loop of each chain. And I'm going to go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, and 12. Your 12ths will be in the last chain, and you can count around by, you don't want to count this loop here as a stitch, the one that's around the hook, but you'll count the next one. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. So that's going to form the neck, and now I'm going to put in a piece of contrasting yarn to mark my rounds. And we're going to switch to gray before we go on to round 2. So to switch to gray, with color switching, you want to do your color switching on the last yarn over before the color switch. So I just pulled out the last yarn over of the last stitch of the round 1. I'm going to grab my loop of gray, and I'm going to pull it through to finish that single crochet. And as you can see, now I've got a single crochet formed with blue, and the next single crochet will be formed with gray, making a nice color transition. So the instructions say that I'm going to single crochet in 2 and then do a color switch. So I'm going to do both. You're going to put your hook in both loops. And there's 1, and there's 2. Now we're going to do the color switch, and I haven't cut my blue, it's still back here. So I'm going to pull through instead and not finish that last stitch. I'm going to bring up the blue from behind and pull it through for the last switch. So now I have 2 gray. My next stitch is going to be blue. I'm going to make 4. So 1, 2, 3, 4, and this is going to start forming the front of the V-neck. And again, I'm going to color switch now, so I don't want to finish that last stitch. I want to bring up the gray from behind. And there's the 4, so you can see 1, 2, 3, 4, and now I'm going to single crochet in the next 6 to finish the round.